So this morning and I feel like doing some stewed peas with chicken foot. So here I have my peas, really black beans. Usually I use red peas, but I didn't have any red peas, so I'm going to use the black bean. Have some pimento in my water, soaking that for a few minutes. Have my chicken foot ready. Tying out. That's not pimento. I have some pimento in the fridge, and I'm using that today. So now that the chicken is thawed out, I am going to be cutting off the nails from the chicken foot in preparation for boiling. I've already taken off the nails of this one, and so I'm going to do the same for all the other pieces of chicken foot. This one has this brown hair here. We just need to just cut away until we have removed that layer of the skin, so all that mess will not be consumed. So now I'm gonna get some apple cider vinegar. Well, I really should be using white vinegar, but I don't have any in my stuff right now, so I'm gonna use the apple cider vinegar right now. I'm gonna use it to wash the chicken foot that I've just prepared. Alright, so I'm gonna add it to this pot. I am also adding a bit of chicken back to what I'm doing here. So the apple cider vinegar or white vinegar, whichever you use, is just to get rid of some of the rawness from the chicken foot or any form of meat that you are using for the stewed. Alright, so I'm going to be using Maggie chicken season and also the Maggie all-purpose, some black pepper, and some Maggie veggie to season up the. Now I'm going to be cutting up the coconut that I'll be using in my stew peas. So I'll be oxing out the coconut and then add it to the blender as soon as I have cut it up into small pieces. So I'm just going to cut these up into smaller pieces so that they can be blended in the blender. After I've extracted the juice, I'll be adding this to the pot so that the chicken foot and peas can boil down in it, giving it a rich, thick look. Of course, while I go along, I will be adding seasoning, both powder seasoning and green seasoning, natural green seasoning. So now I'm going to blend the coconut. Now, I try not to make my coconut milk too long, which means I don't want it to have a lot of water, just enough to make it rich and nice for cooking. So I think this is plenty. Rich, still rich, and ready for the pot. You can see that the bean or peas, black peas, has made the meat dark, and now by adding the coconut milk it should give it some creaminess. I'm gonna start prepping the green seasonings. So I've already gone ahead to add garlic and skellion and hot pepper to my pot. My meat is much softer now, and as you can see, the pot is dark. The meat is dark because of the dark bean that I used, not the usual red peas that Jamaicans would normally use to prepare stew peas. However, I think it will be just as good. It will be just as good, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead now and add a few powdered seasoning. I'm going to add a bit of all-purpose to the pot, Maggie all-purpose. And you can't go stingy on the seasoning when it comes to the red peas. So I'm going to be using a whole packet here. That's the all-purpose, and I also have some chicken seasoning, Maggie chicken seasoning that I'm going to add. A whole packet of Maggie chicken seasoning. Now, it's important that you season the pot to taste. So if you think that the pot needs a bit more, you can go ahead and do that. I'm going to add a little tip of fish seasoning. Might be weird to some people, but I think it will help to boost up the taste a bit. So I'm adding the fish seasoning. Just a little tip. These are the small dumplings, and then I'm gonna do some spinners. So as you can see, the water in the pot has dried down, so I will be adding more water as soon as I'm finished adding the dumplings and a few spinners. Some of you might be wondering what's the difference between the dumpling and the spinner. The dumpling can be regular size or as small as these. I decided to make them small, but the spinners is just what you roll in the palm of your hand, and you create these little worm-like pieces, and you drop them in the pot. I don't know, some people might call them droppers. Spinners is what I call them. And these can be different sizes, any size that you desire. So that's the difference between the dumpling and the spinners. This is spinners, this is dumpling. I'll be adding a few more dumplings and then add water. Try to get the dumpling into the pot further down, covered, so it can be cooked. And of course, I'm adding some water. Now it's best to put hot water in the pot so it continues to cook rather than cool down, but I've decided to use cold water. So I think I want a few more spinners in here, so I'm going to continue to add spinners. So now I'm going to be adding our onions, carrot to the pot. It is looking rich right now. Having added my spinners, my dumpling, my powdered seasoning, my green seasonings. I added sweet pepper, and there's no rule in terms of the order in which you add the green seasoning, really. So there's thyme and onion. There is skellion. There is Irish potato included in here, all of which will help to enrich the meal. You know, bring up the flavor, bring up the vibes, nice and thick. So after all that cooking, I now have served myself a nice, sumptuous meal. Look at that, all rich, looking lovely. I'm so proud of it. You can see the black bean standing out there in my stewed peas with chicken foot and chicken back. Right? Now I'm going to have this meal just as it is, but it can be served with white rice and even rice and peas for those who love peas. But it's mainly used with plain white rice. Look at that. Lovely. Look at that. Tasty. Now if you would love to see meals like this one, join me by subscribing to my channel. Like, share, invite others over to comment, and touch the notification bell so that you can get noticed when the next video drops in. Thank you for joining me today. I wish you could join me in eating this meal. Looking so good. Have a great day. Bye for now.